guys, and welcome to part 3 of the mini-series to get you ready for accreditation this year. Today we're going to go over the chain of infection, what it's all about and what it means. Alright, the chain of infection. The chain of infection is a model to understand the process of an infectious disease. So the process of how a microorganism infects someone and causes disease. The chain is made up of 6 links. The links are an infectious agent, a reservoir, a portal of exit, a means of transmission, a portal of entry, and a susceptible host. All of these links need to be intact to cause infection or transmission of a disease. If any one of these links are broken, that will stop the transmission from occurring. So, that's what all this means. So the first link is an infectious agent. An infectious agent is any microbe that can cause disease, any pathogen that can infect someone and cause an illness or disease. So some microbes are able to multiply faster than others, which gives them a greater chance to cause an infection. One of the most common nosocomial infections seen in healthcare is C. diff, or Clostridium difficile. Also, MRSA is also very commonly seen, and those are the bigger, kind of more dangerous ones. So a reservoir can be any place in which the microorganisms can grow and multiply. So some examples here are humans, animals, or even the environment. So there's multiple things in the environment that can be like vectors that bacteria can grow and multiply before being transferred to someone or something. So I think I read somewhere that our unit there was an issue with sink drains a couple years ago with biofilm growing in sink drains. So that's a good example of an area where bugs can, microorganisms can grow and multiply and can cause a risk to transmitting to a patient or staff. The next link is a portal of exit is needed. So a portal of exit is really just any exit point for the microorganism to leave the reservoir. So the sink drain, I guess that can be considered one. Another example is like our nose, mouth, or anus, in the form of sneezes, coughs, or feces. So, if you sneeze, that will transfer, the bug will leave that person and go somewhere else, whether it's a vector straight to another person kind of thing, like a door handle or... So, the next link is there needs to be a means of transmission. How is it going to be transmitted? How is it going to travel from that portal of exit? So a sneeze would be considered a droplet transmission, I believe, and maybe if the bug's on your hand already and you touch something, that would be contact transmission. So it's the way in which microorganisms travel from one location to another. So dirty hands through contact transmission. And then you also need a portal of entry. That's very similar to portal of exit, except the bug's entering somewhere. So it's an entry point for the microorganism to use to enter the host body to grow, colonize, and cause infection. For example, IVs. So an IV, you have to compromise the skin to put a IV in, and also that's a direct pathway into the patient's bloodstream. So that's we have to be very careful keeping that area clean, as well as like Foley catheters and open lesions and such things like that. So I added some pictures here just to give you an example of how we can pick up bugs and them enter a portal of entry. So let's say a nurse washes her hands but maybe doesn't wash her hands very good efficiently, and she gets bugs, uses a door handle and gets bugs on the door handle. Then another, nurse comes by, uses that same door handle and goes for lunch, and then maybe doesn't wash her hands or doesn't wash her hands very good and eats something, eats some chips or burgers, and that'll go into the mouth, and that's a portal entry. Or maybe someone will rub their eyes and get in it'll enter through there. So the next thing you need is a susceptible host. The host can be any person with a decreased resistance to acquiring an infection. So certain populations are more at risk than others. For example, maybe like the elderly, like older adult population, or maybe a very young child, premature, or maybe it's someone that's on immunotherapy, or I don't know, just anyone with a compromised immune function. Maybe someone's on chemo. That person is very susceptible. Or white blood count. That person can be very susceptible. Or even someone with a diminished nutritional status as well. All right. Thank you for listening to my little presentation. I hope you guys got something from it. And here's the references. And I hope you have a safe and great day. All right. Bye.